name's Eli Mallon. I'm Eli on Blue Sky. I started Streamplace with support twice now from the Livepeer Treasury. QR code up, we're live on the App Store and Play Store. I'll leave that up for a moment if anybody wants to grab it. We're building video for decentralized social networks. Oh, I'll stand a little closer. Live streaming video for decentralized social networks, starting with Blue Sky's app protocol. So this is a presentation on a proposed upgrade to the Livepeer network. I've been shopping around for a long time to make use of embedded MP4 signatures using a scheme called C2PA signing from a group called the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. We'll get more into them in a second. It's basically a project from Adobe, the BBC, and a bunch of industry partners to get us ready for a world full of deepfakes. How do you ever trust any video you look at when anybody can deepfake anything? There's no one technical answer to that social problem, but they've got a signing scheme that I think is going to help and I think is useful for us. But first things first here. I found an MP4 file sitting on the ground. Let's see what it is. Do I hit play or? Oh, no sound. That's okay. Imagine. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh. And he's popping back up there. Oh, we got him. Yeah. So, it turns out it was an MP4 file of my glorious victory over Trabio. So I know this is, so that's an MP4 file. I know it's mine, and I know it's part of my live stream. And in fact, anybody that picks up that MP4 file can get the same information. How does that work? Well, what Streamplace does behind the scenes, you send in a live stream to Streamplace. We slice it up into 1-second MP4 files, and each of those MP4 files gets an embedded signature, associating it back, in this case, to my @protocol identity, which is my domain name at ime.ly. Getting more into that. And when I say like 1-second MP4 files, that's not an implementation detail or something. If you run Streamplace on your computer, you can actually open the folder and see here is a file, or a folder full of 1-second MP4 files. And any one of them, you can take a look at the signature. So I'm using this little diamond here to represent assertions that are things that we will put within these segments. So there's a tool called C2PA tool that you can use to view the signatures within all of these things. And then, yeah, once you have those files, you can send them all over the world. You could download this live stream comprised of these MP4 files from any untrusted server in the world, sketchiest website in the world.ru or whatever, and still be confident through the magic of cryptographic signing that you're looking at the right content. So let's get into the technical details here a little bit. So here is this little diagram representing this segment. We can see this is output from the tool here, and I'm making two assertions actually. I'm asserting that I created this segment and also that I published this segment, and that's a distinction we could get into at some point, but probably not right now. And we can see inside of the segment, we also have some metadata. So down at the bottom here, we've got, this is the creator, that DIDPLC refers to my @proto identity, ime.ly. And we've also got the title that I typed of the live stream. And anybody can use these same tools to verify the segment in any context and get the same metadata back and validate it against my decentralized identity. So we're doing some tricks with this. We're doing a few things right now, and we plan to do a lot of cool things in the future. So one of the magic things that we're doing right now is concatenating these segments. So it is difficult, especially if you're backing up all of these segments to something like an S3 bucket. It's a little difficult to work with 1-second segments behind the scenes. It's great for transmitting streams around, but when you're archiving them, you'd probably want slightly longer files. So one of the magic tricks that we've done at Streamplace is we can take, say, for example, 60 of these 1-second MP4 files, we can combine them into one 60-second MP4 file, and then break them apart again and get exactly the same input that we originally put in, which is a cool magic trick. So you can see here, this is now, we have sort of composed assertions, right? So we've got this new file, combined.mp4, that is made by @stream.place, so like a server rather than me, myself, the creator of the stream. But all of those existing signatures are intact. You can see I've represented that by putting them all within the segment to the side there. So you can take this combined segment, verify all of the data within it, including each individual segment, still matches up with the input, which is awesome. A lot of video products, you know, as soon as you start changing the video, they're like, well, maybe you could have like an assertion, like an arrow pointing back at the original person, but you know, it's video, it's wishy-washy. You might have to change the file in order to get the results that you're looking for. But in this case, we can actually recover the exact original file. So this is sort of like a zip file full of segments, except it itself is also a playable MP4 file, and you can use it with any player. So let's relate this back to Livepeer, because I do intend to bring all of this technology to the Livepeer network. What about Livepeer transcoding? So I take in my 1080p 60 input here, send it to the Livepeer network, and right now all of that metadata is destroyed, essentially, in the transcoding process. We get video back out, but there's no assertions about that video. There's no, we don't know who transcoded it, we don't know who originally created it. I could like re-sign it or something, but that's a lot less compelling than actually maintaining the metadata. So let's talk about what we could do instead. So this is the basic version, you know, baby's first use of the Livepeer network, taking a 1-second MP4 file and turning it from 1080p to 720p. And so just like the Streamplace node took a long sequence of input MP4 files and turned it into a concatenated one, what an orchestrator can do is take one of these segments and turn it into a different rendition, like 720p, and sign that they did so. So now we don't preserve the input anymore. You wouldn't want to have a 1080p segment embedded within a 720p segment. Why did you do it at that point? Doesn't make any sense. But we do have an assertion. We do have a reference to the original segment. And we have an assertion. We say, hi, my name is orchestrator.eth. At this time, I transcoded this segment. And you can even include metadata about how you did it to try and establish accountability, right? I used this version of Go Livepeer. I used this NVIDIA card. I used these inputs. And so this helps to build accountability for the Livepeer network. If you send back video that looks really, really bad, I can say, hey, you said you used this software and everything. What went wrong? Why does this look so terrible? And provide sort of a security mechanism for the network at that point. It's also just useful for debugging. Everybody in this room at some point has been like, oh, the video didn't work. Oh, okay, who transcoded it? Well, I don't know. I'll look at the logs. I'll look at the gateway. I'll try and figure out who processed this, and I'm looking for. And it becomes really, really easy if you just have these embedded signatures. I can just look at the output and say, oh, it was orchestrator.eth. Let's go check in with them and see what's going wrong in their particular situation, right? But that's just the beginning. That's a better version of what we've done so far in Livepeer. Let's get some more fun stuff. So this is one. We used to do a lot of soccer detection at Livepeer Studio. The most dedicated group of pirates in the world are soccer live streamers. We're in Europe, football, sorry. And so one thing we can have orchestrators do is do content detection on pieces of, on segments. And this is an area where I think having the embedded signatures becomes really compelling because, or, you know, it's really not compelling if you don't have the embedded signatures. It's as opposed to, hi, I'm orchestrator.eth, I processed this, I don't think it's adult content, and I'd have a 50% chance of thinking it's soccer or what have you. It's just somebody said in the world thinks that this might be this. I don't know. That's I find that to be a much less compelling primitive. And then we've got segment composition here. So as we know, Eric religiously makes reaction videos on every piece of video game content that I make. So we've got, in this case, we've got not just one input coming together, but multiple inputs, right? There's my segment that we saw earlier, there's Eric's reaction to it, and an orchestrator could actually take both of those segments and output a composed video that combines the two of them. And really like open up a lot of interesting, innovative uses for the Livepeer network. Yeah, and then you can send it all over the place. That's, again, the properties of these make them very, very useful for distribution. So I'm not presenting a full plan for how orchestrators that are interested can get into the distribution game quite yet, but I think this sets the foundation of it. If orchestrators are interested in getting paid to distribute video, it really, really helps if the video you're distributing is not just some, oh, believe me, somebody gave me this piece of content and said it was Eli's live stream. But instead, we've got this signature scheme that validates that everything is exactly what you think it is. How do we get there? This is work we're interested in doing at Streamplace. We've actually already done a lot of the heavy lifting. All the C2PA libraries are in Rust, so we had to build Go bindings for them to get them to play nicely with Streamplace and Go Livepeer code, but we've already done all of that. And we've already embedded Go Livepeer within Streamplace, so yeah, a lot of the heavy lifting around cross-compilation and all of these things has already been taken care of. So brought this up with the network advisory board. People seemed really interested, and I think this is an upgrade that we're interested in bringing to the network very soon. Thanks very much.